Asian elephants we have here at the safari. Let's give them a nice warm welcome. Now you can smell an Asian elephant from its African relative due to their high dome foreheads, arched backs, and smaller ears. To welcome you here today, they would like to give you a safari salute. Now before we begin with the demonstrations, I'd like to start with an introduction. First up is 20-year-old Natasha. And her baby Nellie, who is 1 year old. Next up, we have 14-year-old George. And last but not least, we have 6-year-old Chuck. Now with an animal of such size, it's extremely important that our trainers create a strong bond of trust between themselves and the elephants. We're going to prove to you just how strong this bond is. Our trainer Steve is going to lie on the ground while George carefully stretches across him. Keep in mind, George weighs over 7,000 pounds. We can try to let him up, George. No, not let him up, George. Wow, looks like you're down there for the whole show, Steve. Oh well. Oh, there he goes. George, how about you help Steve off the ground? Why don't you lend him a trunk? Oh, that was nice of you, George. Now, elephants are still used today in the teak forests of Burma. They harvest wood from the forest and drag it down to the river where it floats the nearest mill for processing. We're going to give you a working demonstration on how this is still done today. We'll slip the harness over his head. And George is going to pull that big log around the ring. Oh. Now, as you can see, elephants are quite powerful, and they are preferred over heavy machinery due to the fact that they are more maneuverable. They can also reach those high mountainous regions that other tractors and vehicles can't, while doing less damage to the surrounding forest. Now the harness George is wearing is much like the ones used today. This one is made of canvas, but they can also be made of leather. And it evenly distributes the weight across his shoulders, so it's no problem for George to pull that heavy load. Now Natasha's going to prove her strength by pushing the log back to the front for us. You may have noticed around the safari that some of our elephants have tusks. In the Asian species of elephants, only the males have the long visible tusks. The females have a shorter version, known as tushes. Elephant tusks are made of ivory, and ivory is extremely valuable. One single tusk can be worth up to 10 times the annual income in many African countries. Excellent work, Natasha. And now that she's up in the front, she'd like to get a closer look at all of you. I think he's excited to show us. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think that little Chuck can pull this big log in the corner over here? Yeah, you think he can do it? too. But how about you, Chuck? Do you think you can do it? No? What if I give you a treat first? Well, that didn't take much convincing. Here you go. Okay, we'll slip the harness over his head. He's going to dig in his heels. Away he goes. Wow! Would you just look at that amazing power and strength? Excellent work, Chuck! Now when our elephants are young, we do like to keep the loads nice and light so they can get used to the idea of wearing the harness. But it won't be long before little Chuck here be pulling along as big as George did.
That's smart. Oh.
Now Chuck's a very tidy elephant, and he'd like to clean up after himself by bringing the log to the front for us. Very much, Chuck. He's so proud of himself, he's going to skip away. Now, one of the most unique things of an elephant is their trunk. An elephant's trunk contains over 150,000 muscles and ligaments, which is more than we have in our entire body. An elephant uses its trunk as a hand to pick up things such as food and water, but also as a nose to smell and breathe. We're going to prove to you just how dexterous an elephant's trunk actually is. At this time, I'd like to ask for a volunteer from the audience with a large coin, such as a loonie or a toonie. Now the coin, perfect, you can wait right here. I'm going to give the coin to George's trainer. He's going to show George the coin, and then drop it on the ground. George is going to use the finger-like projection at the end of his trunk to pick up the coin. Looks like he's got it, and he's going to return this loan, as he always pays off his debt. Now, why were you able to wash that coin off? Because it was just up an elephant's nose. Now, just like any animal, it's extremely important that we check them over daily to make sure they're in perfect health. The easiest way for us to do this is to ask the elephants to lie down. Oh no, Chuck, why are you lying down over there? Oh, you know what? I think I forgot something. Something very important. I forgot Chuck's pillow. He can be a bit picky at times. I'll fluff it up for him. There we go. That's a bit more comfortable. Now that our elephants are down, this gives our trainers a chance to check over their large surface areas. They'll check their feet, which consists of a 1-inch thick callus pad, for any thorns or stones that might be embedded, or to see if any filing needs to be done. Oh no! Looks like Natasha wants to check Sebastian's feet out too! She just wants to make sure there's no thorns stuck in your feet. Here, have a treat. Maybe she'll accept a treat in exchange for your foot. Oh! She has to check your other foot out too! Get one more treat. There we go. He's free. Also check your skin, their ears, their mouth, and their eyes. Make sure everything's nice and clean. A sign to a healthy animal is a good, clear eye. How about it, trainers? Did we pass our inspections? Awesome. Time to get up. a show truck? Maybe the pillow is a bad idea. He's too comfortable. Should we try getting the pillow out? Okay. I'll pull if you lift. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Well, that's not going to happen. What am I going to do? Something to scare him. That's a good idea, but what scares elephants? Where am I going to get a mouse? I don't see one. Over here? Where? Behind the log? Where? I think you guys are lying to me. I still don't see one. Oh, I see him now. Okay, let's see if this works. Boom. Well, that didn't do anything. We'll try putting it on his side. Nope, that's not working. We'll try his head. Nope, that's not working either. I guess elephants aren't afraid of mice. But I know who is. Just kidding, guys. You have everyone right here. Safe and sound. On top of that one back to me. Thank you. Thank you. Well, that did not work, so I think we're going to need your help. How about on the count of 3, say get up, Chuck. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There we go. He's out. Oh, what a little show off. Now, as you can see, elephants stand quite tall. A full-grown Asian elephant can stand 9.5 feet at the shoulder. There are no obvious means of getting on and off. Therefore, we had to invent our own ways. The first way George and I are going to show you is called the front leg mount. Going to grab onto his ear. He's going to lift me up, just like that. And to get down, he's going to lift his foot back up. And slowly lower me to the ground.
Whoa.
The second way we're going to show you is called the back leg mount. Going to grab onto George's tail here. Going to lift me up. Oh, oh no! Little help down there! Oh, that did not work! This is awfully embarrassing! Little help! I'm going to have one. Oh! I'm not working! Ah, I don't bend that way! Oh, I think I might need a boost. You boost me on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh! I tried! Maybe one more. A little more powerful this time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Well, that was a little too powerful that time. Well, that didn't work at all. Maybe we should try that one more time. Hopefully a bit more successfully this time. Okay, I'll grab to his tail. Gonna lift me up. Just like that. There we go. That'll do better that time, I think. Now, getting off an elephant, we do have an express method. Going to use George's head as a giant slide. Like that. Thank you, George. Now that you've had a chance to see how our elephants work, we'd like to show you how they play. Natasha and I are going to have a one-on-one game of soccer. Who here thinks you're going to be able to block Natasha's shot? Anybody? No? Well, there's one person over there. Okay. Well, who thinks that Natasha's going to score on me? Yeah! Everybody. twist. Oh, so close. Oh, and she scores. Now Chuck's going to show us his amazing basketball skills. I think there's some traveling going on. Oh, slam dunk. Way to go, Chuck. So athletic. Now, just like every family, there's always one artist. The elephant family is no exception. Today, George is going to paint us a one-of-a-kind t-shirt, which you can purchase at our gift shop. He's going to use the finger-like projection at the end of his trunk to pick up the paintbrushes. Now, while George is doing that, I'd like to tell you a little more about elephants. They can live to be 60 to 70 years old. A full-grown elephant can eat up to 250 pounds of food a day. This consists of hay, fruits and vegetables, and various supplemented grains. They can also drink up to 60 gallons of water. Now, both species of elephants are in fact endangered. This is due to habitat loss, but also due to poaching for their ivory tusks. African Lion Safari does have a very successful breeding program. We've had 14 babies born here since 1991, which is pretty impressive when you consider the gestation period of an elephant is almost 2 years. Looks like George is all done. Very beautiful. I think he'd like to show off his work. There you have it, folks, our safari elephants. To thank you for coming today, they would like to give you a final safari salute.